Hi, welcome to this video module. So in continuation to our last two video modules, in this module we are going to understand further the streams of entrepreneurial environment. The first two the modules were to understand the basic concepts of entrepreneurial climate and entrepreneurial environment. So as a the progressive step, so in this module, we are going to further understand what are the major aspects which are actually creating business environment or entrepreneurial environment as streams, right? So with that, this module is the designed the streams of entrepreneurial environment, and keeping in mind that so this module, the main aim is to learn the streams of entrepreneurial environment, right? So the streams in the sense, the available literature on the entrepreneurial environment can be grouped into three broad streams, right? So there is a literature, a lot of literature is no, on the entrepreneurial environment, and then this entire no, the literature. So broadly, we can just know the classify into three streams, right? So you can see the first one, it is something related to the general environmental, the conditions for entrepreneurship, right? And the second one is environmental, the conditions of a particular country or a region. Then the third one is the role of public policy in shaping the entrepreneurial environment, right? The general environment, environmental conditions to a particular the country or a region, and the role of public policy, the government policy in shaping the entrepreneurial environment. These are the three the streams. So in the line of these the streams, you can see that the general environmental the conditions like no, the conditions that may influence the entrepreneurship, which includes the legal and then institutional the framework for efficient functioning of the private enterprises. So in the country, you can see that the support to legal system and institutional framework where you can see the mostly there is encouragement for the private entrepreneurs. So that kind of the system needs to be no, the prevailed. So then the presence of experienced entrepreneurs and then skilled labor force, right? And then accessibility of suppliers and then customers or the new markets. So high degree of the competition among the firms and favorable governmental policies and the provision for the training and then supporting services and then support to infrastructure. So these are the general environmental conditions. This is one stream, right? It is completely related to the legal and the institutional framework, and then the presence of the experienced entrepreneurs and then skilled labor force, and then the the accessibility of the suppliers and then the customers, and then availability of new market, and then high degree of the competition among the farms and then favorable government policies. So like that, you can see these are the general factors, right? The second important thing is now, in addition to that, the literature suggests that the characteristics of the people and their skills and experience and then motivations plays an important role in the new venture creation. So it is all about the community and then where the people are into that, and then so their knowledge and then their experience and their no the motives. No, this is another important aspect in creating new ventures. So the second important thing is the country, region, and the specific environmental conditions, right? So the countries know the various their policies in terms of entrepreneurship. So all countries are not same. In some countries, you'll find there is a so much encouragement and then support to start their businesses, right? And now if you see the recent government now, except the four major activities, and the government decided so the privatize everything, right? The government is not for manufacturing. Government is not for making any kind of business and profit. That is the government ideology and government policy. So in that sense, and you can see that that kind of environment and then policy is going to create a kind of the country specific no, entrepreneurial environmental conditions. So you can see that. So the furthermore, the factors such as availability of the financial resources, largely the size and of urban areas, and then the presence of the universities for training and then research are no, found to be very important to increase the rate of no, new ventures, the creations, because the institutions are very important in academic institutions and the training institutions, how they are supporting and then encouraging. So this kind of activity is also an important part. So the third thing that we are discussing about the role of public policy. So the public policy in the sense the scholars that the focused on the role of public policy suggest the several the policy options for developing entrepreneurs. So these policies options including the provision of venture capital funds and then tax-based incentives and then government procurement programs and then protection of proprietary ideas and then innovations and then investment in the education and research and then explicit recognition of the support for entrepreneurial activities by government agencies and fostering the entrepreneurship by educational institutions and then minimizing the entry barriers. So you can just see this kind of the public the public policy, and then the role of public policy is very important to encourage entrepreneurial activities in the nation. So these are the three streams. You can see that one is the general related, one is the specific, the country and region specific, and then especially the government policy, the public policy, how it is actually increasing, and then supporting the business environment to start the entrepreneurs their own the businesses. So this is all about the three streams, and then so with this let me the stop here, and then thank you very much. Looking forward to meet you in the video 17.